Hey everybody, welcome to BigLockDaddy's Garage. On today's episode, we're putting the charger back together again. Yeah. You ever just get something back together the way you had it before and go, well, now I want to make a few changes when you could have done it? Well, that's what I did. It is what it is. So what I did was I ordered a body kit, most of a body kit, everything but the rear lip that goes on the rear bumper. I just didn't feel like I needed it, and you can tell me down in the comments below if you think I was right. I think I was right, so let me know. Yeah. Anyway, on the video today, I'm going to be stripping down the bumper cover that I just freshly painted, because it got messed up. You know what I mean? When I was painting it, I had some flex marks. Bugs got into it. No, it wasn't where I wanted to be. There was some paint run on it, and it looked like crap. So I decided, hey, this is BigLockDaddy's Garage, and our motto is, we do it nice because we do it twice. So we're doing it twice. And this time we're adding a new lower lip to the front bumper cover. So that'll be interesting. We have side skirts going on, and I think they're going to make all the difference on the car. So we'll see what happens. We've got a new rear spoiler, 3-piece rear spoiler, and I'm really looking forward to that as well. The old spoiler was split right over the passenger side post. So we tried to Gorilla Glue it back together, and it held, kinda. It used to make a horrible noise, so we're going to replace the spoiler. All the painting will be done by moi, yours truly.
No!
And I'm going to be working out of paint cans
God, please,
from AutoZone.
No!
So we're doing the old AutoZone paint job, and we're getting some clear coat from Amazon. It is a 2K clear coat. This stuff is amazing. I'll tell you more about it when we get into the video. But the intro's getting kind of long, so let's get to the getting. So I went on the old internet there, and I found AndysAutosport.com, company out of California. So I ordered the front lip, the side skirts, and the spoiler, and they just came in. Okay, here it is. The first of 3 of the new mods to the charger. She's going to be number 1. This right here is the new spoiler. It's for the 2010 model year. Should be interesting. When I initially purchased the kit, it told me it would take about 2 months to get to my house. I was not happy about that at first. Thinking everything had to come from China, they didn't have the parts in stock, whatever it was. I had a decision to make, so I just kind of slept on it for a few nights, and I'm glad I did, because I got another notification not long after that the parts were shipped within, I don't know, about 72 hours. The parts had shipped, and they were sent with YRC, which was a whole different animal anyway. If you've never had parts shipped to you, it's an interesting experience. It's a little bit of a white knuckle ride, but as you can see here, the parts were all primed and ready for paint. All I had to do was sand them down, make sure they were ready to go, nice and smooth. And what you can see I'm doing right here is checking the fitment between, which is the space between where the trunk's going to open and where the ends are going to sit on the actual rear quarter panels of the vehicle. The one thing that really surprised me about this spoiler, and I'll go into it a little bit later in the video, is that I didn't have to do any work, which is, shave anything, cut anything, do anything like that to get this spoiler to fit. Meaning when I put it in place, it all fit. It was good, as you'll see coming up. That'd be interesting. No directions. I'll figure it out. Not a problem. So with no directions or hardware in sight, and there wasn't advertised to be any with this kit, I mocked it up on the car and got ready to paint her down. We've got our Rear spoiler, all painted. As you can see, nice gloss finish around the edges, nice and smooth. A little bit of chattering, or what do you call that, orange peel effect on the back there. But overall, not too bad. Now, key is this right here. Our Amazon product. Max Spray 2K Clear Coat. We'll put one of these cans right on here. So we're getting ready to get the piece painted for that. We're gonna wash her down. We gotta change that water out. We're gonna wash her down, let her dry, get her nice and clean. She's already sanded, primed, ready to go. Throw some clear coat on her. See how she do. So armed with my new 2K clear coat from Amazon, $20 a can. I bought 4 of them. I'm going to need 4 for this project, not the spoiler, but the whole project. You can see it goes on thick, and man, that stuff is thick. Keep it going, keep it moving. It's a 2-part spray. There's an activator button at the bottom. After you shake it for about 3 minutes, you hit the activator and then go. It's go time. And my big ass is in the way. Thank you. But you can see my approach to painting here was just all at once. Tour de force, lay it down, get out of Dodge. I did the whole project this way. Well, because of what it's made of, it's kind of like a Duraflex plastic type thing. You know? Because of what it's made of, what I wound up doing was just basically drilling in, sinking these, putting a little Gorilla Glue in there, let it expand, and yeah, holds it right on. Was not expecting to figure out how to mount that, but got it done. If you have any better ideas, I'd be open to hearing them too, because it does not feel very, I mean, that's nice and tight, but uh-oh, she got the wiggle. This one's kind of similar here. You know, and I put one in up here, one right there, boom and boom. But I think I need to get some kind of sticky tape in underneath here, so we'll see what happens. But that's the spoiler installation. Doesn't look bad. One thing that I was not expecting, did not have to do too much with this gap right here. Basically all I did was just sand it nice and smooth, as you see here, and the gap worked. So, spoiler alert. Now, right here, I do not recommend doing what I'm about to do, which is cutting this plastic open, even over the hole that has the mesh in it. It's never a good idea. With the money you pay for these parts, you really don't want to risk messing them up or putting a big old gash in them, because they do come primed already, and it would just be a pain in the butt to try and go and have to redo all that because you're ham-handed. So kick the nose out a little bit. Came with the mesh, already installed. Have to pull it over a little bit there, but it's a good looking piece. Good looking piece. Alright, now that the lip is unpacked, it's time to get it glued on, which we use JB Weld for. Got a good fit too. The bumper cover fit right inside the new lip. Then it was time to prime her up, sand her down. We use 400 and 800 grit sandpaper to smooth out all that primer before actually painting it. And as you can see, that was the right way to go, because that is a nice, nice, glossy paint job. I couldn't have done any better in my garage with a spray can if I tried. As you can see right there, it's better than the first one. I took my time, and well, one thing I really wanted to bring up right here was the fact that I could not put the stock fog lights back into this new lip. I was a little bummed about that, but I found these covers on Amazon. Actually, I think they were on eBay for about 10 bucks. So that was kind of a nice little thing to do. But you would have had to install the fog lights before you put the bumper cover on, and it was all just a pain in the butt. So I left them out, put the caps in, good to go. Side skirts. Here we go. Side skirts. So as you can see, we got the side skirts all painted up. I didn't have any 2K clear coat left, so I had to use an acrylic clear coat. And once it was done, here's how it came out. The only real modification I had to do was in here, cutting around a bracket. Oops, my bad. My bad. But, you know, bent that in there a little bit, but it is what it is. As you can see here, the seam looks good. The only other area I really had to modify was right here. As you can see, I had to cut that out so it fit around the tire. And then no clips in the back, but it is clipped underneath. It is pretty well in place. Just got to pop a couple in there and we're done. On the other side, you can see the same thing. Haven't popped any clips in. Did cut this edge out right here. Looks much better than the other side. Fits much better than the other side. All the way up to the front, where you see it is attached and good to go. So now we see the car with all the parts off of it before paint. And as you can see, I wanted to get an idea what the car might look like when it was done. But now, ta-da! It looks good in the sun. Yep. And now in a little better light, we look at the 10th anniversary edition of this 2010 3.5 liter V6 Dodge Charger. The paint job came out better than I could have ever imagined. It was that 2K clear coat that you see right there. 2 coats of that, 2 cans of that right on the front, and then take a look at that. The Dodge logo with the blue, I did that myself. I like it. It gives the front end a little more flair. But going back to the side skirts, they came out great. I couldn't have asked for more. The paint itself is not matched to the car, so in really white light or cert blue, you know, metal halide or whatever light you have there, it's probably going to look a little bit different. I haven't tested that yet, but be aware of that if you use store-bought spray paint from AutoZone. But hey, she's a beaut, isn't she? So basically what we're looking at here is $750 for the parts for this. The lip, the side skirts, the spoiler. There was no hardware included to mount any of it. Like I said, I used, what did I use? JB Weld. I used JB Weld across the front lip. I also sunk a couple of screws, one on each side in, right into the fender well to connect it to the old fender. They were sheetrock screws that had a very thin, you know, very close together threads, so I'm confident that they'll hold. The side skirts, I realized I forgot to let you know that I did this. As you can see here, we sank them with sheet metal screws all along the panel. So there's that. It didn't come out bad at all. And like I said, with the spoiler, if you have any tips or tricks how to keep these things on a little bit better, I'd be definitely open to hearing about that. As for the rear lip, we've got we're looking at getting a new one, so we'll see how that goes. Like, down in the comments, let me know what you think. That's the best way to get this puppy done. But as you can see, the car is looking great. We're doing good. And again, $750 for those parts. The new grille, $250 for that. $110 for the headlights. The new bumper support underneath cost about $150. So, I mean, if you're looking at the whole job, you're looking at about $1,200 if you do it yourself. If you want to have everything professionally painted, you can do that as well. It's not a bad way to go. This car is going to get repainted at some point, but we'll see when that is. I'm not really sure as to this point, but we'll get there eventually. Proper place for a mask. Coming up soon, we have got some real good stuff. Great content. We're throwing it into high gear. We're going to be doing some more content out at OSW. We'll be taking it out to the track. We're going to do some power adders. I'm really looking forward to those because everything to this point has been just with the body kit and putting her back together. Now I want to make her run. The next video you're going to see is going to be the timing belt. I got to do the timing belt and we'll make sure we get that done. But hey, all in due time. Thanks a lot for watching. Keep it here. Peace.